So one thing about Belarus, once again, there are a lot of like technic equipment, heavy sort of machinery, tanks, some BMPs, whatnot, are being apparently transferred right now to the territory, or right now stationed already on the territory of Belarus. And Belarus is basically right now is like training kind of a ground for a lot of Russian troops. I'm not sure if Russians are thinking that they will try to capture Kiev again in, I don't know, probably like in February on like a 1 year anniversary or something like that. They will try to go second time. I think it's going to be absolutely insane if they will do it, because they're going to get destroyed, of course. They're going to get destroyed. But also, what's more interesting is that so far, seemingly Ukraine has done like I think one attack on Belarus and on Belarusian um, soil in terms of like because there was, I forgot when was it, maybe in August, September, I forgot when was it, when there's been like a couple explosions on like airfields in Gomeli region where a lot of like Russian troops are stationed. And I'm pretty sure Ukraine has done it. I'm not sure if, no, I don't think they've ever kind of admitted to this, but I think it's good. I think it's good that they understand that in case they need to strike preemptively, essentially on the territory of Belarus and destroy Russian forces and Russian equipment on the territory of Belarus before it even um, reaches or crosses the border with Russia. I don't think it's necessarily that bad. I don't think what it will entail, because that could be seen as essentially attack on Belarus, and then Lukashenko might like um, mobilize people and like put a what is it, like a not curfew, what is it called? Oh my god, I'm losing my mind. Martial law. Um, I obviously, as a person who still lives here, of an age, who would be probably mobilized, I don't want that to happen. At the same time, I don't think he's brave enough to actually do this, because there are some people, even like officers in Belarusian army, who are saying that if this will happen, if the mobilization in Belarus will start and there will be like martial law in Belarus, even people in army right now saying that a lot of this, like you will not be able to force a person to fight against Ukrainians, and a person who is in army right now saying that most likely I feel like that mobilized Belarusians, after getting their weapons, will try to organize and basically become who this nation was in like World War II, or World War II, yeah, partisans. But this time they're going to be fighting against Russians, against Belarusian regime, and they're not going to be fighting against Ukraine. Unfortunately, I don't know how to really process this information, because I was talking to my best buddy some time ago, like recently, and he was telling me that actually there are a lot of uh, brain dead people in Belarus as well, whose brains are brainwashed by Russian propaganda, and he thinks that unfortunately probably like 30-40% could actually take guns and actually go to Ukraine. um, I don't think I don't think so, because I feel like, I mean, I've had the unpleasant experiences talking to elderly people who are completely brainwashed because they watch too much TV, and most of the TV is just brain dead Russian propaganda. But younger people, especially younger, like bef- below like 35, below 40, they're getting their news mostly from the internet, and I don't think they would ever take the guns and actually fight against Ukraine, because Ukraine is not an enemy. Belarusian regime is the enemy. Russian army, Russians Kremlin is the enemy, not Ukraine. So yeah, it's kind of it's an interesting sort of dilemma, not even dilemma, but just conundrum in a way. I'm just thinking like how it all can unfold. And yeah, I obviously don't want martial law in Belarus or anything like that, because the borders for this country are already fucking hard to exit. Basically, the borders are pretty strict in terms of in many terms, really. Yeah, martial law would not help whatsoever. Anyway, okay, so we've covered that.